It's culture of unaccountability.
Culture of unaccountability, at every level.
We're not meeting the numbers that we need to meet. We're not.
It's messed up. It's dysfunctional. It's incapable of getting the job done because people are there just simply picking up a paycheck. There's no accountability.
Last year, the VA budget was over $150 billion. This year, it's even more. But a lot of VA employees caught on undercover video say the money is not well spent.
We spend money more so now than we ever have in the past.
And is spending the money doing anything better or no?
We still got the same problems.
Yeah.
So, the money's not putting the fire out.
Our biggest problems are no space and no quarters. So what happens is the VA has offered significantly more services than it ever anticipated having people use. So we're way below water in terms of the ability to have the supply to meet the requested demand.
The biggest complaint from vets trying to get care: delays, and more delays.
What is the scheduling problem? Is it just backlog?
It's supply and demand. We don't have enough people actually to do the work. The difference is the process is so clogged with people. You get years and years of veterans in front.
One thing is, if they're not scheduling you in a decent amount of time, say if you having some mental health issues and they're scheduling you way out, that's a major problem. And then if you do get an appointment and they need to follow up with you, then the appointment's so far apart, they're not giving you continuity of care. So that's a big issue.
We met the VA Undersecretary for Benefits at a Washington conference recently, and she explained that delays for VA benefits aren't as bad as they used to be.
The backlog is down from 611,000 down to 159,000 today. The timeliness, we've taken almost 160 days out of the process.
Okay.
When asked about the appeal process for vets who believe there is a problem with their VA benefit assessment, the Brigadier General admitted the VA was inadequately staffed to answer those issues.
Once you've entered the appeal process, all bets are off. The only solution to that is change in law or more people.
Oh, man.
In 2014, a scandal at the Phoenix VA involving patient wait lists led to the resignation of the VA secretary. Congress demanded reform. The president promised problems would be fixed, but a Project Veritas investigation suggests that very little has changed.
The whole organization,
Really?
we got to do a better job in making it work.
Uh-huh.
I think whenever something goes wrong, instead of doing something about it, everybody turns the other way. If you're not willing to,
be responsible.
Rectify small things, and you always turn away because it's too much, of a hassle. So it's the whole system.
Is it the DC people or
No, I think it's the entire culture within the system. So I don't think it's the DC people. I think it's really,
it's culture of unaccountability.
Culture of unaccountability, at every level, you know what I mean? Like at the lowest level, my worry for you is not, so the structure is actually pretty good, and basically if people were to follow the rules, it's pretty good, but just people just not doing, you go there, you submit your paperwork, you go back 2 weeks, they say, well, we don't have your paperwork.
Yes.
then you can, then what my advice to you is don't blow up. Say, oh, okay, I got another copy right here.
Copy right here.
I got another copy. You go back after 2 weeks, not done. You give another copy. After that, you do that once or twice. Then you go to the supervisors. You know what? I talked to Mrs. So-and-so. She's the greatest person, but she lost my paperwork. Then I think I can,
She's the greatest person, but she lost my paperwork. Yeah, right.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
So that's the problem.
I appreciate your time.
But,
what exactly do you specialize in surgery again?
I'm a general surgeon.
What creates this culture? What is wrong with the culture at the VA?
Well, I think it's quite simply that the bureaucracy is serving the bureaucracy and not the veteran. It's misallocation of resources. And I think the poster child example for that kind of corruption is the Phoenix VA Center. It's one of the largest VAs in the country, and in terms of the allocation of resources, the executives there last year got $10 million of bonuses right into the VA scandal, and it obviously led on the VA scandal.
Adam Andrzejewski of OpenTheBooks.com has investigated the VA budget and found some troubling facts.
We took a look at the total salary spend of the Phoenix VA, and 1 out of every $4 was spent on direct medical care, but 3 out of $4 was spent outside of direct medical care. So we asked the question, is this a medical system or is this an employment farm? Now, across the entire VA, we see the same misallocation of resources. There's about 341,000 employees. In the last 3 years, they added 23,000 employees to the rolls, but less than 2,000 of those, James, were actually doctors.
Our undercover reporting backed up Andrzejewski's analysis.
It's pretty interesting how unorganized the whole situation is.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, very inefficient. The inefficiencies and probably contribute to that wait time.
Am I going to get like more prompt care in the private sector?
Oh yeah, probably.
So whose fault is it? The caregivers? Is it the administrators? Who's?
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Because again, it's the whole process again is just the way it's designed and the movements and all that kind of stuff.
It's just a number. He's just a number coming through the turnstile. And it's tough because it's what it's become.
You scare me even more.
It's
I know.
Up.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's messed up.
The VA has been accused of treating vets like numbers. You're a numbers guy. What do you think of that characterization?
Well, I think that's what big bureaucracies do. They dehumanize people. They treat them as numbers. And I think that's what really resonated across the entire United States last year during the scandal. But I think big data has a lot of merit to hold the VA accountable. And at OpenTheBooks.com, we're using the VA's big data to do just that, to hold them accountable for veterans' healthcare performance. And so big bureaucracies need to be held accountable by the big data.
It's culture of unaccountability.
The culture of unaccountability, at every level.